Hey there, fellow brokers. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress. Episode 4, The First Trade Before the Winter. Alright, so this here is the carpenter. So we'll do it also out of jet. I'll make 2 of them. And then we'll set a stockpile of their finished goods here. And the thing that we're making out of wood is beds and bins, which I am not sure how to select. I guess it's furniture? Yeah. So, wooden bins and beds. Okay. And then down below, this whole stockpile can be willow wood. Oh, of course I delete the stockpile as I'm painting it. Good job, me. Except and this is going to be for wood. And we'll add 2 wheelbarrows. The workshop here. Oh boy. Maybe I'll... Man, I've been sitting on my foot. I don't feel my foot anymore. The workshop here, I'll do a mechanic. Because I think I'm going to want a mechanic sooner than later. But there's not like a lot of mechanisms that I need to make. So I'm not worried about setting up the stockpiles for the mechanic, because it's going to be more one-offs than anything else. Alright, there's our carpenters. Which means that this carpenter gets bye-byed. And this last one here is going to be for craft dwarfs. Okay, there we go. We got the mechanic. And, I'm going to make some rock mechanisms. So, work order, mechanic, make stone mechanisms. Oh my god, there's so many options. Oh, where is it? Make rock mechanisms. Out of shale, because I have lots of shale. And if less than 10 and shale greater than 10, we make 10. Are there priorities for stockpiles? No. Something that is like missing from the game that I wish it had. Unless I'm mistaken, but I don't think there is. Alright, I don't have a raw material for this specifically, but I'll just put the shale in here. So accept. This is going to be other stone, shale. Actually, yeah, no, that's fine. Put shale in there. And I think shale and jet are going to go in the other ones. Yeah, so as chat mentioned, you can have stockpiles linked to other stockpiles, but there isn't like the concept of high priority and low priority or anything like that. Oh, what do we have here? You stole a jet mug? I mean, okay. Good job. It's raining. 2 people became miners. You ran out of fruit. There's really, like, not a lot of fruit that we're gathering from the map tile. So it doesn't surprise me that, like, we don't have fruit to brew. Really, we could just brew with plants alone. That'd be enough. And I am going to destroy that wall and these doors. So the carpenter's done. The stoneworker's done. And then this is going to be the craft dwarf stations. And we still have to excavate, but we're almost done with the excavation. All right, let's do shale here and jet in the other one. Or actually, I'll just do all stone in the other one. So this one is going to be shale stockpile 2. And we'll give this a stockpile 1. And then this will be an all stone. Oops. Oh my god. Can't click today. Excuse me. There we go. Didn't work for some reason. Stone. For the all stone, it's actually just going to be that other stone. Economic stone, like coal, doesn't belong in there. So chalk and gypsum can be crushed into like powders for plasters. Coal is obviously for metalwork. The other stone is like non-economic stone, and then you have like metal ore, right? So this is just like other. It's a catch-all of jet, cinnabar, you know, shale, etc. All right. Now that that's done, I'm gonna give everyone some time to haul. And each of these stockpiles will be allowed for 2 wheelbarrows. Because we have a wheelbarrow order already. Cool. We're not done with the craft dwarfs yet, but it's getting built. Now that crafts dwarf, at least the first one's done, I'll get rid of this workstation up here as well. I think because we ended up with a lot more shale than jet, I'm gonna go to my work orders here. And the I'm probably going to remove the jet mugs and jet pots. Make them shale mugs and shale pots. We're going to have a lot of extra, but I can just sell what we don't use. So I'm not worried about that. So crafts. Make rock pot. Crafts. Make rock jugs. A rock pot, rather. Oh, no. This should be mugs. Sorry. Make rock. Mug. I should just start using the search terms. Make 1 pot, 1 mug. Make them out of shale. Because, yeah, at the start I wasn't sure, like, what non-economic stone I would have a lot of. I thought that this layer was, like, half jet, half shale, but it's really almost all shale, so I'm fixing that now. So when pots are less than 10 and shale's greater than 10, make it. And when mugs are less than 20 and shale's greater than 10, make it. Done. So we'll have some extra pots or mugs and jugs, but so be it. It's fine. All right. Another thing I'd like to do is to have a catch-all stockpile that everything else goes into. So off of the main stairwell and down 2 levels, I'm going to create like put everything here so we can start tidying up. So everything, all the overflow. Terminal Serenity has become a brewer. Ah, finally, you are properly a brewer. So let's take a look. Terminal is a brewer now, because you have enough skill to be a real brewer. You done growed up. I'm so proud. For the craft dwarf stuff, we haven't set up the finished goods stockpile there yet either. Custom. Finished goods. Made of stone. And this is... Oh, I thought it was a finished good. Would it be tools? Maybe it's not. Hold on. I think it would be considered tools. Certainly not furniture. The tools made out of shale. See if that works. Oh, a new stone layer. Okay, so in this zone here, this is going to be just like the catch-all stockpile. So it's going to be rather large. That's 10, 8. Okay. I'm trying to make it like symmetrical-ish. So, 19 by 19. Got it. And then I'd also like to interconnect them to the stockpiles above. So there will be a stairwell here that goes up to this point, and then there can just be like a small hallway. Kind of unnecessary, but there you have it. Hallways around to get down to this stockpile. And this is where everything that's essentially stored in the trader area will be moved to. Eventually. Yeah, there's some storm noses. It's raining right now. You can see the weather condition in the top. So it's early autumn and it's drizzling. Alright. That's a lot of excavation, so to speed this up, have more miners. Cool. I think it might be time for us to consider cooking, too. So let's go over to the work orders. And on our kitchen, we'll prepare easy meals for now, and we'll just do 999. And then before we actually start physically cooking, let's just double check that we aren't cooking our booze, which we are, right? Dwarven wine, carrot wine, prickleberry wine, fisher wine, and sewer brew. Ew. That must be like the rat brew or something. We were cooking with, because we had brewed it for the first time, but then as it was added, we hadn't designated it ineligible to be cooked on. So now we have a kitchen task where we're just like cooking a whole bunch of meals out of the stuff, out of like spinach and lettuce and strawberry and the like, into prepared meals. Let's see, if you can't hear very well, I will raise ambient music and reduce the interludes. Give me more music. That might be a bit too loud. I never get this right. Also, some games, famously like Kenshi, but other games don't have normalized soundtracks, so some of the music is like way super loud and some isn't. Oh nice, we have Colonite, which is like clay. As you can see, it's, if you click on anything, it will tell you what it's used for. So like limonite is a type of iron. It's the third type. So you have magnetite, hematite, limonite. Shale is just like furniture and building. Tetrahydrite is mostly copper and a little silver. But this is a clay level. So it's pretty... Oh, and limestone too, which is a flux stone. So we found our flux stone and we found our clay. And we also have coal. So we have all the makings of metallurgy now, which is good news. And we can set up workstations for that eventually. I'm not pushing for it just yet. There we go. We're making meals out of lettuce, mussel, and lettuce leaf. We're making lettuce leaf biscuits. Doesn't sound bad. It's better than eating raw food. Although it is a grim reminder of the winter, hardships to come, the supply caravan from the Relics of Crests, which is our host origin civilization, is a welcome sight. Their eyes are alit with the anticipation of inspecting the splendid products of your industrious craft dwarves. Take careful stock of your own stores. What these merchants offer might very well be the difference between a prosperous future and a slow, meaningless death. So, things that I would like to consider. I wouldn't mind buying some more plump helmets and plump helmet seeds so I can get more farming done. I wouldn't mind buying some meat, leather, and cloth because I don't have the ability to source it, not really. So those are some considerations as well. And then once they set up at the trade stockpile, we'll send... Actually, we can start moving goods to them now, I suppose. The things that I'm likely to sell off to them initially Ooh, that's a good question. So we have this bin of finished goods, a bunch of the jet mugs, which I could move to them. So let's move this bin. This is a bin of gems. I'm not going to sell my cloth. I'm not going to sell my weapons. Here's another bin of finished goods. I'll send that as well, and more gems. So those 4 bins are probably the most valuable bins in our entire colony, and we'll bring them to the trade stockpile for potential bartering. I could also sell, like, booze. We have a lot of booze, but, you know, I'm keeping my booze. And people will haul those goods. Already one of the bins is here, but haul those goods from our stockpile, awaiting trade. And if I take a look at the surface here, their caravan is here, mustering to come and trade with us. Oh, yeah, here we go. So the first one, the first caravan is not like a wagon, so they don't require a ramp, but subsequently they will require a ramp. And this first one is just like yaks carrying stuff. And if you go to trade, it will... So in this screen, what we can do is we can request our trader, Scorpio, to attend the depot so that we can actually trade, because you actually have to have someone bartering, and it's based upon their bartering skill. But they're going to tell me that, oh, no, they're already unpacked. Okay, we're going to trade. So there's a instrument. Looks like a piano called a midrim. I'm not going to buy it. Plump helmet spawn bag. Sounds good. I would like the leather, but I don't want to pay for the bin itself, just the leather. And I would like the cloth, but I don't want to pay for the bin itself, just the cloth. Bought some leather, bought some cloth. Let's buy their cheaper meats. Because, like, you know, finite funds and all. We could be fishing. I also want to buy their plump helmets. And that's it. So it is about a value of 830. And now I have to offer up more than that, because it's not just a one-to-one. They expect profit. They did the traveling. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to part with my jet mugs, because we transitioned from jet to shale, so I'll have all the mugs of the same type. So sell the jet mugs. And then sell some whatever gems they might be interested in. So far we have a value of 330 being offered up. Before I offer up the gems, we might as well do the jet mugs. And it's really easy to make, like, garbage. You can take stones and turn it into, like, trinkets, for lack of a better term, and sell it. So, it's really not difficult to hawk your junk at them. I just haven't been making those types of trinkets because I have better things to do with my time. I'm not trying to make, like, an excessive amount of profit at the moment. Alright, looks like they aren't going to be willing to trade because they're still selling at a loss. So, what I'll do in this instance is remove the pigtail cloth from what we're asking for. Because I am planting pigtails. They're also excess weight. So there's a weight allowance here. And I'm going to need to reduce the amount of physical weight that I'm selling to them, because they won't be able to actually carry this all. So I'm removing some of the jet mugs from the bill, because they can't hold them. Alright, so let's try this. Even with your combined trade goods as they are, I cannot fathom you ending up with the items you desire. Okay. So let's adjust to just buy less of the... Yeah, so trader profits in the green now, so now I just need to adjust for the excess weight. I guess I'm not selling a lot of mugs. God, you guys are fussy. Shale mugs are heavier than jet mugs. So, Okay, yeah, there it is. They accepted. I bartered. It wasn't a guarantee, and they accepted. So now I've got, the plump spawn seeds, the, you know, stuff like that. And here's the official diplomacy screen. What did they just... so I can request goods for next year, but I'm not going to bother. And they want seeds and toys next season, and they will pay extra for them. So if I wanted to make a lot of profit, what I could do is let's make a work order at the craft dwarf for stone toys. And I'll just prepare a certain amount of stone toys for next season when they return. So make rock toys out of shale, and do 50 of them. So I'm going to take 50 shale, turn them into 50 toys, and we'll have 50 toys ready for them for next season. Actually, let's do 60. Easy way to just be able to buy whatever we want. So that's why I wasn't like carving up gems or anything, because I knew that they would ask for something, and I was hoping that it was something that I could fulfill. So sometimes they'll ask for things that you can't easily fulfill, like cloth, right? Like, I don't have access to a whole lot of cloth, so if they demanded cloth, that'd be tricky. Or if they demanded, like, crossbows or something, right? I don't have a weaponsmith able to actually make something meaningful. But asking for toys? Yeah, no problem. I've got toys for days, so no issue there at all. Once this zone is fully excavated, I'll move this stockpile here down below so that my goods aren't available for people to, like, walk in and steal. It will make theft more inconsequential. And we're almost done excavating that. Food looks pretty good. So food and drink up to 200 a piece. That's pretty solid. We do have some people that are upset, and once I'm done moving the main stockpile, what I can do is I can focus on the individual upset requests. Likely, I'm going to guess it's going to be like, hey, I don't have a bed, I don't have a temple to pray in, and we can solve both those issues pretty easily. Okay, the big stockpile is cleared. This thing is gonna, let's allow 6 wheelbarrows. Well, let's actually tell it what it can do. So all minus food, I think, is the easiest way to do it. Minus... I'll allow furniture and finished goods too. It's not so physically far away from my other workplaces that it matters. So this is just like a anything but food stockpile. And then this temp stockpile is getting removed. Now if I want them to haul... Oh, I didn't take off all food? Yeah, sorry. Custom food, none. There we go. And if I want them to haul, let's release our miners. And then the miner, the leader, the planter, actually all of our miners and planters, I'm going to have as designated haulers, just so that things can get tidied up. So the current priority now is tidy up the fortress. And while I do that, I can adjust, I can accommodate some of the mood. So let's see. Max barrels, let's do 50 barrels and 50 bins. And 10 wheelbarrows. I'm going to call this the overflow stockpile. And we have a lot of tidying up to do. I haven't checked in a while the kitchen orders. So we bought a bunch of meat that we'll be able to cook. And I don't want to cook with barley wine or Longland beer. I'm glad I checked that. Alright, moods. We've got Geshud in a bad mood. They haven't been able to pray. And they don't have a proper bedroom. Question, chat. What should I do first? Build a temple. Build bedrooms. Have you choose between the two? So, polls above my head. Give you 2.5 minutes to vote on that. Not that this is necessary, and it certainly isn't, but what I want to do outside is put down maybe some cinnabar flooring around our entry point so that I can it will visually pop so I can see where the entry point to our fortress is, because like as it is now, it's really easy to overlook. And yeah, I see some bins and leather and stuff that wasn't down here before, so it is getting tidied up, which is great. Alright, what about the other person that is upset-ish? That would be Terminal himself, and it's... he can't pray, he can't sleep. Prayer and sleep. It's both these things are basically the common denominator problem. And that makes sense. We don't have a temple, and we don't have bedrooms. And you guys are about tied as to what you're interested in for me to do, so if you haven't voted yet, please feel free to do so to be that tiebreaker. I'm also going to remove... I'm going to let my broker not work at the trade depot. I totally forgot about that. And, I'm going to remove the bins of things from the trade depot so we can put them away properly. Lots of cleanup. We did just have 2 more migrants. There might be more coming. And they also brought... so there's a boyar here. Okay. And a reindeer calf. Okay, looks like we're going to be building a temple. Build the first temple. So who's our migrants? We've got a new arrival. Didn't we have a pop 11? So if we're at 13, 2 people came in. Domus the weaponsmith is definitely new. Cool. And he is a legendary weaponsmith. Nice. You're gonna be raffled off, my dude. Let's just hope you're not like a secret vampire or something. There are some ways to tell if they're a vampire. There's some like guaranteed ways, but it requires like locking them up and seeing if they starve, stuff like that. But there's also some others, which is like someone who's... Wait, you're legendary and you're 29 years old? Okay. That's a little sus. Keep an eye on that. And he has like no relationship. Oh no, he's a former member of some other. Okay, we'll see. He's sus, but not super sus. So one of the things is if they don't belong to any groups, it's a little weird because then they don't have relationships with other members. But he's a member of a religion, a member of a ex-member of a government. A member of a guild, so it makes a little bit of sense. It's when they have a lot of skills, when they're skilled in like a whole lot of things, especially social skills, because vampires typically have a lot of social skills, and they are more skilled than their age would allow. That's when you're like, So the fact that he's like 29 and a legendary weaponsmith is a little weird, but like it's not blow the alarms and go exile him weird. It's just a little unusual. So we have a boyar, a jeweler, and a weaponsmith that just arrived. And someone else too. No, those would be the three. Okay. Because we were at 11 nowhere. Nope, there was one more that just came in. A woodcrafter. Carpenter. Butcher, blacksmith, woodcrafter. What kind of creatures does Dwarf Fortress have? Like were and vamp. Those are the ones you have to worry about because they can be, well, you could also have like necromancers, but they're not so much a species as skills. Vampires and werewolves can be among you, and you wouldn't know it. And that's what's dangerous because they can be your citizens. Whereas like other enemies like goblins that show up to raid you are very obviously goblins. You're not going to mistake a goblin for a citizen. So what I'm doing is I'm just like glancing at whether or not these people make sense as far as what they say they can do. So we have an animal caretaker, a jeweler, a craftsdwarf, a woodcrafter, the weaponsmith, and they're blinking because they're legendary. Nothing here screams danger to me, and that's fine. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the hauler restrictions now that our population's gone up because they'll help to tidy up. So I think there's 6 new people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. As far as like werewolves and vampires go, vampires will like kill people within your colony, like suck blood, and they don't require like food and drink like normal dwarves do. So if you suspect someone is a vampire because people keep turning up dead randomly, or like you get some unexplained injuries or whatever, you can try to investigate it and isolate your population that you suspect. We did just get one more. Another boyar? God, what's so many useless skills here. Whatever. And your werewolves will turn, you know, so they'll look like normal dwarves, and then all of a sudden they won't be. And if you get attacked by were animals, the animals that attack the were animals that attack your people can turn your people into were versions. So that is the threat. Alright, so you guys wanted a temple. I'm going to put my temple to the south here, and I'm going to lay it out with a 15... I think I was using 15, right? Yeah, 15 long hallway. And then the first temple that I have is going to be a generalized temple. And our weaponsmith is now Kish. Cool. Let's name you. Kishatragana, the weaponsmith. And eventually we'll have a proper, workplace for you. So the generalized temple will go down to a one wide door. And we'll do 11. And what I want is this temple to then connect to other temples. So that this is like more of like a center hallway than an actual temple. And I'm just painting like a symmetrical-ish shape that will work. And then it will have hallways in the 3 cardinal directions off to other sub-temples. And I think this is symmetrical, right? Yeah. This will be the first temple. Probably bigger than it needs to be. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow dwarves.